Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Now, African soldier, African soldier.
Monday morning, and today is the 18th of the 18th of you can also catch us any part of the world on loveradioonline.com. My name is Frank Fumba, and I'm here with Martina Tube. A lot of things we're going to talk about today, especially those things affecting our country, Liberia. So what a way to welcome you. Coming up shortly, we bring you our traffic alerts to be followed by reminders and recommendations. And then we get to start talking on the issues that matter. And so let's take a very short break. We'll come back. We'll bring you our traffic alerts.
Agents, let's inform more. Your regular commission when you make
MTN.
MTN Momo Fini launching a big promotion for MTN agents. Letting for more, yeah. Okay, deposit 1,000 to 5,000 LD and get an extra 20 LD cashback plus your regular commission. They say like Jet is starting.
Positive, sure. And so if you're there, be right there, don't go away. Let's bring you our saying. Our saying says, do unto others what you want them do to you. So it's what you must do for somebody is what you should expect. But don't do the opposite and then expect the opposite. All right, let's go for our traffic alerts. Usually we say to you, speed a driver. But yeah, some helpful tips for you, the drivers. If you have a bike or car, make sure you check your engine. Check your engine for the oil, whether you have enough oil in the engine or whether the oil is safe for your engine. You check your carburetor. See whether you have enough water in your car. Yes, those are some healthy tips. And there is something you guys call self-beating. You must take notice of that. At most time, you just get into the car, put on your seat belts, and then you off. Sometimes it is important that you give the car what it means, what you call self-beat, and warm the engine for a few minutes. Make sure at least 10 minutes between there. Yeah, then you can pull off. Destroy your entire day. It destroys your focus and so forth and so on. If you are a commercial driver, that is important, very, very important for you. Another thing is our telephone. Most of us answer the telephone in the middle of the traffic. No, it's not necessary. It's not very, very necessary. It causes probably at times some of the messaging we get from the telephone is not encouraging, and then you end up going the wrong way. For those of you who are riding on very, very bumpy roads, like the guys from the other end, the Douala end, make sure you don't ride bumper to bumper. Yes, because there are times you will find yourself getting into a ditch, and getting into that ditch, you may forcibly reverse, or you might even go ahead and hit another car. So those are some of the things you must would like to recognize you, share the show. Would like to recognize you, Ansu Coleman. He says, I'm following from the economic freedom fighter of Liberia. Elton Grace Gibson is watching. Yes, thanks for following the show this morning. We're still having issues in bringing in Martina, but we will continue like this. Yes, until we can get Martina on our live view. We'll move on for recommendation and observation. Yes, we use this time to inform government, to inform our leaders, to inform ourselves, or some of the things we should be doing, but probably It just slipped off. And so bring this segment to you to remind you. I don't know whether you've observed that the motorcycles, yes, they have started again. The late night runners, some of them without headlight, without any helmet, and it poses hours and no identity. I don't know what we're doing about this, but this is risky, and some of them get involved with hit and run, and these are terrible, terrible times. We need to consider having, if we should have motorcycle running at night, let's get their identities. It is important. The guys from the NTA, National Transit Authority, you promised the other time that you were going to bring out some of the buses, but of late we've not seen any of them. Maybe you got them for heavy commercial purpose, which we should agree with at a certain point, but please don't forget about Monserrato and its environs. It is tough during the morning hours, especially for our students who will have to come to town or maybe go out of town for classes. So let's hope the National Transit Authority is considering bringing some of the buses to Monrovia and its environs. Price control, yes, we do have a commerce minister now. I understand over the weekend she was confirmed, and so madam, let's hope you can take seat and get them running, because price control is our problem. We don't know who controlling the prices, who is the retailer, who is the wholesaler, and these are difficult times when you has control over his or her own price, which shouldn't be. Okay, so that would do it for that would do it for our reminder and observation. And it seems as though we would need to shut down the television because connecting seems to be another problem. But over the weekend, a lot of things unfolded. But let me just bring in Martina. Martina, welcome. Despite not being on TV. Welcome. How was the weekend?
Yeah, it was good. It is good to be back here sitting on the positive show this morning. I feel so good. It always feels so much good. We give God the glory.
Okay. Let's begin our little chit chat just before we can go to our main issue. Yes, over the weekend there was this issue with the assistant minister Matthew Yemplu, and we got to understand, but that will be later. We'll chit chat on that. Another thing we need to just wrap around our shoulders on is this issue at the Liberia State Broadcaster, LBS.
Yeah, and I quote for him. He said, "LBS will never be the same. Indeed, it will never be the same." That's government joy is not for everybody. But we're going to talk about it this morning, and we're going to talk about the majority bloc refused to sit under the graveyard of Speaker Kofa after agree and betray. Yes, we're gonna bring in those voices so that you
And
can
we
hear them
understand
out.
we understand over the weekend the late Senator Kupi.
Yes.
Kupi was
Yes.
interred over the weekend. Our heart goes out to the family. Takes solace in the Lord. I remember him being a very, very nice and a serving man to his country and to duty. A lot of things unfolded over the weekend, and so
Yes.
yes,
Yes. And
let's hope the
we
family can.
yes, and that of the Congress for Democratic Change, they had a retreat in Grand Bassa. Some key, executive members were present.
Were present.
Samet Sue, we're gonna play his voice, and that of Senator McGill. We're gonna bring those voices out this morning. That is what governed this show.
Oh yeah.
So you have your
We don't
stake.
compromise the fight for
Yes.
anything.
Yes,
So
we gotta do it for you. While I'm in search for LBS letter from the DG and the deputy, going look ahead. Let me play this video from the Unity Party, and later on go to the Congress for Democratic Change. Okay. I want to bring in. I want to bring in the youth chairman before I can read
yes.
what was said by the what accountability, where we have seen that we are just walking along the way. But let me bring in the youth league chairman, Melvin Cephas, who spoke to the youth on the weekend. Frank, can I have a volume, please?
Yeah. Your volume is here.
Okay.
I think it's from the jack, the end of the jack there.
I want to get something where the journalist asked him what is on the table for the youth, but I didn't get his answer to them. I think he was trying to escape and shifting it to the finance ministry. So, Frank, you can give me.
Everything and reinforce their strategy to ensure that it's where they speculations that young people were fighting about themselves and to see the identify those young people. Because we know a lot of people are already there having conversations.
You do a youth league chair. What is on the table for the youth?
Well, obviously the young people employment, empowerment opportunity, there are a lot of things, but objectively we focus on the good governance structure of our country, how we can be made committed to reduce corruption, how the asset recovery team can reinforce their strategy to ensure that the fight against corruption is achieved, because that is the paramount objective of the local party. Issues of the news that so that the party can be close to some of these issues that are going on. And this is just the first National Executive Committee meeting that we had as we move on to the 6 years of governance in this country. Other head of entity and institutions will come before the National Executive Committee so that we can hear what they do. If they are not going in line with the agenda and platform of the party, we can recommend our party for their removal.
Will the meeting be done annually?
So normally the National Executive Committee meets 4 times a year, but based on the various circumstances, the chairman and the standard bearer of the party can call for a National Executive Committee. But we meet 4 times a year as per our party constitution. Outside of the meeting of the National Executive Committee, the National Coordinating Committee is that body that steers the affairs of the party in the absence of the National Executive Committee.
Okay. Speaking about corruption, Nicholas Council and Skin, Assistant Minister for Information Visa. Where are we heading to control? Under your government.
So the issue of the assistant minister that resigned was suspended before he resigned. We know about the issue of professionalism, which were very unprofessional. We are all professional people who work in favorite institutions. When you are part of an institution and you have some issues and you have the platform to raise it, obviously raise it before you go to the public. I have a different view on the issue with this scholarship. You have to take the English proficiency test, and that's a standard that is set by Westerners and some of these and big universities outside of Nigeria in the English Britain in Nigeria, because they believe that you should be able to have some level of English proficiency to enter the school. So it's a requirement that you have to pay, even outside of you getting loan or scholarship. If you want to pay your own school fee to go to pass the English proficiency test will create tutorial for you. And they have two options. One option is they say you can pay on now so that you can sit in our tutorial class, or wait. You sit in our tutorial class when you pass the English proficiency test, so they decide to pay off for the work services program. But I think the assistant minister was too fast, and we needed to look into this process because there are other possibilities in place. And the minister is assured that the public affairs committee will speak to that and show that they are young people for what they want. All of these things is shared towards young people getting opportunity, and this is why we are being fighting for in the past. We are committed to ensuring that young people get opportunity.
You are the leader of the young people in Liberia as well. And
Okay, you listen to a stalwart there of the ruling Unity Party. He talked about the executive committee meeting that was held, and a few things he talked about: the resignation of the assistant minister at the Ministry of Information, and his comment was, that day that's the executive committee meeting, stalwarts of the party were there. That's the ruling Unity Party. The former chairman, the chairman emeritus Ami Mudad, was there. The current chairman, Reverend Luther Tape. But let's listen to this.
So some members are getting disenchanted for what we don't know.
Wondering, those are voices of disenchanted youth who attended this executive committee meeting. Unity Party, and this at the executive committee meeting over the weekend, those were some of the sound bites from there. Dissatisfaction is creeping all over. But let's listen to the standard bearer of the party.
We know that as always because of the policy of our country, after election, we have hardly moved to glory. Day in, day out, we know private and in and of course, temporary and anxious. So, and that makes it difficult in the decision which because we have better emergency and cooperation without goodbye to parents. So very good.
All right, a kind of a tricky and bad audio there. That was the president at the party's National Executive Committee meeting. And in attendance, the chairman, Reverend Luther Tappe, you heard President Boykai. Well-attended program, yeah. But the issues is just more than just attendance. We played a soundbite and we heard people complaining when we were standing in the ring, we're in the poo water. Pardon me, sorry, what you doing now? I hope I'm not distracting or decreasing your appetite. You have to forgive me. And so those were some of the things they said. We were under the ring on our faithful day. We were walking in dirty water. Now you've come to power, but the reality is still sinking in. The young people are crying for jobs. They are crying for better lives. The market women are crying for the children to be in school regularly, and so forth and so on. The problem seems to be living with the people. You heard the youth chair there talking about, yes, this guy, Matthew Yemplu's resignation. And I'm not too sure Matthew resigned. it is good to be a whistleblower, but when you're blowing these whistles now, you have to be attentive to what you're doing. You cannot go personal on things that are not really, really necessary. I listened to the audio of Matthew, and it sounded like he and the foreign minister were in a beef. Yes, so sometimes we who love to advise people, when you are advising people, you take your digital age. People will keep this information. They will keep this information for your children to come. But Martina is here. Let's chime on this a little bit. This whole Unity Party National Executive Committee, the guy said it need 4 times, but it is left with the party. Just now to solve some of the visible problems that we all crave about.
Okay. So when I listened to Melvin Cephas, when he said that we meet 4 times a year, if I'm getting that straight, I think 4 or 3 times.
4 times, yeah.
Okay, 4 times a year, but due to some circumstances, they have not been meeting until now. You are a ruling party. What have been the cause that you have not been able to meet? Activities on that day. People left their homes, their family. People got hurt in the process. People wasn't speaking to each other. Family members were not ahead.
Separated them on
because of the same political affiliation of a party.
Yeah, political disagreement.
Yes. And today, the youth chairman, not even the youth chairman, to stand before a kinsman and say, gentlemen, as a leader, as I am, representing you, the can take under this position at MTA, you your very self can have a place to get a daily bread. Let's see how best to schedule a 50-man power and give them the opportunity to have food on the table. So every after 3 or 6 months, we'll be able to give people something to do. So we have to accept the job so that we can be able to survive, because we all fight for. But this is what CDC did. Some of these people who you saw are working at some ministries, agencies like 1 year.
Like the Monrovia City Corporation.
Yes.
They had to absorb. Interestingly, even those,
for them.
Yes, even those who came out and say we'll clean up the city because of the inauguration, up to now the government has not even looked back on them.
Melvin Cephas telling Liberian people about job. What job are you giving to the young man? I'm disappointed in the youth chairman. I can always tell people, whenever a youth take a lead, just me, he motivates, he inspires. A lot of young folks up there. There are a lot of young people who feel that they cannot do it, but because of you and I present as a young person, they got more inspired to believe that they can do it. Mm-hmm. Melvin Cephas cannot even convince their own kinsmen.
But Melvin
people were dancing in the battleground. We will not leave this place. Power, greed, you betray us. Where is the job?
You say you go do
Here
your
we
better.
go. Yes,
You say
here
you
we
do
go. Payroll. CDC provided jobs for all of those people you see the Champion Battle Cry, Amanda, Awetu, all of those people name was somewhere. Let me shock you on something. If those people were not smart to know that they have something